having Natterjack Irish whiskey, but it's not just regular Natterjack.
It's a mistake.
It's the big mistake.
And we're going to find out if it is, and we're going to do that when?
Right after this. Welcome to Second Pour. I'm Zane.
And I'm Jeff.
And today we're going to do what we said at the intro.
Yeah, we're going to try this Natterjack Irish whiskey right here. It's called the Mistake.
Let's pour that up and try it, shall we?
Well, before we do that, we should talk about it.
Why don't we pour that up, shall we?
And then talk about it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so it is a 46% ABV, 92 proof. Its mash bill is 80% corn and 20% malted barley. It was released in 2024. It's aged initially 3.5 years, triple distilled in used bourbon barrels. Then it's finished in new American oak barrels, but this time around, instead of being left in there for 1 year, they left it in there for 2 years.
2 years.
It's distilled and bottled by Gortinore Distillers and Company, and it runs around $70.
And if you want to see his D&D character travel, Gortinore,
Gortinore.
Well, that's on a different channel.
So let's pour this and try this, right?
Yeah, let's do it. But we have some things we do.
What do we normally do?
So we smell our whiskey, we taste our whiskey.
We don't smell our whiskey.
I'm trying to be civilized.
Why do that? This is second pour.
Well, you know, I don't want to sound like a hick on the show.
Oh, we already sound like that anyway. So we do what?
We snork our whiskey.
That's right.
That's right. We get in there and we smell it up. Then we taste it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we talk about the finish itself. And within all that, we go through the complimentary information that the distiller had to say.
And see how it compares, right?
To us.
And then to us being the guys who are trying it.
That's correct. And
right. And so we're going to do what first?
Expertly snork this whiskey. I mean, it smells great. I feel like I'm jumping the gun by just talking about it.
Okay, well, what are you smelling out of that?
If I say vanilla.
Don't say caramel. Don't say caramel. We had this on Whiskey Pop last week, right?
Yes, we did.
And I kept trying to figure out that note that I'm pulling out of it. I finally got it.
Okay, I want to hear what you got.
I don't want to tell it to you until you tell me what you have because it'll ruin it for me.
Okay.
It won't ruin it. It's just you're going to get that only. Oh, it's there. I cannot believe that's what that is.
Oh, I can't believe that you can't believe that that's what it is.
Oh, I am getting another note. 2 notes. I got 2 notes. 2 notes.
Yeah, I'm getting crayon soap.
Crayon soap?
Yeah.
You know, that might be in line with what I'm getting.
That's not a bad thing. It's just something kind of strange. But it's
Tootsie Roll.
Now see, I can totally get the Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll, right?
Yeah.
It's freaking Tootsie Roll.
Because it's not really chocolate. It's like a waxy, candied chocolate.
Yeah, Tootsie Roll wrapped in leather.
And see, that's what I'm saying, like that Crayola thing. It's kind of that waxy smell.
Yeah, Tootsie Roll wrapped in leather. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, the vanilla part is really strong, but I can see why you're getting that leathery thing going on.
Yeah, it's right on the back end of that Tootsie Roll. That Tootsie Roll's like right up front.
That's
like,
interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Should we see what they say there? What should we getting?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's going to be a lot because, you know, they're trying to tell us they made a mistake. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, so they say...
Mistakenly, we got this.
They mistakenly got hickory barbecue, toasted walnut, singed cinnamon, seared orange zest, sweet almond, and leather and grain or saddle and feed.
Well, I know a lot about saddle and feed.
Thought something felt kind of horsey about this whiskey.
I mean, if they're trying to bust into, say, like, like the molasses, the sweet oak molasses.
It is sweet. I will say there is a sweet note, which to me, that's that Tootsie Roll.
We like to call it sweet feed. Or actually, we call it sweet feed.
Sweet feed. Do you feel like you're walking into the feed store right now and you're...
I mean, it's more walking into the feed store than it is walking into Cavender's or Boot Barn.
Why don't we do the next thing we do with this, which is usually...
Taste it.
Well, let's do that. You know what's interesting about this that I can get right off the bat? It doesn't taste like it smells.
No, it does not. Actually, because I get a smoky...
Yeah.
It's a hinted smoke. It's definitely there. You don't smell that at all.
It's light oak not powerful oak.
And if amber was a flavor, that's what this would be.
Yeah, I mean, on top of that, there is that smoky charred thing you got going on there. It smells more like let's say when you take a first bite of a hamburger and you get kind of that char taste from the grill. That's the immediate hit, but then it's followed by this really subtle, soft, oaky, sweet flavor, right?
Yeah.
I'm not hating this.
No, I don't hate it. No, it's
And now, and generally most Irish whiskey's around 40%, 80 proof. This is 46.92, but I don't still feel like it's got much more step above that 80.
No, it's not hot at all.
It's pretty smooth, actually.
Yeah, I would probably like it to be a little hotter.
Well, they make a cask strength that we have not reviewed.
Yeah.
And the cask strength is supposed to be pretty awesome too, but it runs almost $90.
Yeah, and this one is
$70, $69.99. And this is limited. Let's put that in quotes because I have a feeling if this took off and everybody loved it, they will accidentally
have more.
Leave a lot in barrels for an extra year.
Yeah, there's actually, I still feel like there might be a fruit in this.
Oh, really?
Like a pear, possibly, that hides underneath that oak. Because there is something sweet to it, and I can't quite put my finger on it.
Hang on, let me go in on this again.
Yeah, it's definitely like a sugar's sweet. Yeah? No?
It does remind me of Nika.
Oh, yeah, well...
That sweet part doesn't. You're talking about the fruity note?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what that is either. It's not a strong note.
Yeah. This is an Irish whiskey that's kind of giving me vibes of a Scottish whiskey.
Yeah, there's no peat.
Not the peat.
But just the whole malted barley thing is really doing some smokiness to it.
Yeah.
So should we see what the...
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do.
I'm
just going to keep fiddling with it and drinking it.
Well, is that something wrong with that?
I don't think so. But...
Okay, they say. Vanilla bean, anise, powerful oak, warm molasses, toffee, and a hint of Granny Smith apple.
Okay, well, we said...
Fruit.
Yeah.
I don't get the Granny Smith, though. That's not what I'm getting.
It's not the tartness at all.
No, it'd be more kind of a light pear or a lighter fruit, not the tartness of Granny Smith.
And again, the molasses is what we're talking about when you're talking about sweet feed. That's the molasses and the corn.
And that's probably what's pulling in some of that leathery note that you're getting in some of that.
Yeah.
The char is still there, though, I think, from the aroma and the taste.
Did you get licorice flavoring to say
I'm not
anise?
getting any anise. Zero anise, no licorice. Because normally that kind of sides a little bit toward that rye end, and there's no rye in this. Because I've always found rye usually delivers the licorice anise flavoring.
Yeah, try to just keep it on the front of your mouth for a second. Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
You're right. So the licorice is right on the front. Mm-hmm. Because if you hold it and you think about licorice,
yeah, you get it.
Now it's there. Mm-hmm. It's quick.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't linger.
It's like,
it's gone.
If you swallow it, it's gone.
I also think that what I'm experiencing too is like for probably something they're going to say is a mid-finish, I still feel like I'm getting a flavoring throughout the whole, like I'm still kind of tasting stuff right now.
Yeah, I do kind of, so if we're going to talk about the finish, I do feel like it's kind of a medium finish.
Yeah.
It exists a little, it seems like the heat rises as we've gone on. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's immediate heat, it's more of a lingering heat.
Well, I know the more I drink, the more I'm getting sweaty.
I know the more I drink, the more I want to pour another glass.
But I can say this much, is like if it's medium to long finish, I would agree with it.
Yeah.
For sure. But the flavors continue throughout this experience.
The finish is lovely, like a long hug from an old friend. I'm sorry, I don't like the explanation of that.
That's bullshit. Listen. That's like we don't know what to say here, that we know that it's medium to long.
That's a marketing ploy, and that makes me think the whole thing's a marketing ploy now.
Yeah, this limited run bullshit.
Now, I think before we go any further,
it's a warming long finish, like the love you receive from a puppy warm in your arms at night. With stretchy pants.
Until you realize he's not potty trained and he's just wet all over your pants.
See, that's a stupid finish. No.
Now, the finish for us, if I was to say this is a nice, long finish, medium to long finish that delivers what you expect from a whiskey that's $69.99.
And it allows you to really contemplate what the notes were going along with as the whiskey is slowly dissipating from your tongue.
And the plus side to that is when it's a medium finish, it's very easy to go, you know what I need?
This guy.
Just a smidge more.
Just a little more.
Just because we still got to review it, right? We still got to rate this thing.
Oh, rate it, shall we?
And how do we rate it?
We give it a certain level of fingers.
5 of those little puppies, right?
Yeah.
1 being...
It's whiskey.
2 being...
Yeah, it's all right.
3 being... 4 being...
Yeah, that's really good pour.
And 5 being...
This is the best of the best.
And do we hand out 5s very easily lately?
No, we do not.
We try really hard not to.
No.
So let's rate this.
Okay. I will need to try it one more time.
Oh, well, let me try it with you. I'm not hating this.
All right. I will give my rating first, and then you can up it because I know what you'll say.
I already know what I'm going to say.
This is a 3.
Wow. Okay.
I think they're confused.
Really?
Yes. But it's very, very good.
For once in our episodes, we're not going to come eye to eye on this one.
Yeah, you're going to give it a 4, right?
It's a 4.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that.
Okay, so we had a discussion last Friday about, when somebody might not like your whiskey, but you like their, this is one of those situations. This is what I look for sometimes. Not always a high proof, but I look for this in a whiskey, and I feel like I could get in some serious trouble with this bottle.
This is excellent. And I'm not going to go back on what I say because when I feel like there is less cohesion in this whiskey that I say is a 3 to what I usually say is a 4 or above.
Yeah. I think if this was a longer finish for you,
yeah, maybe so.
I think maybe you'd be a little happier.
I was not expecting, and see, there's the other thing too. Like tomorrow when we try it again, if we try it again.
This sounds amazing. Why did I rate this a 3?
It may be because now the surprise is over, but I wasn't expecting kind of like that smoky tinge to it.
Yeah, I know, right?
And so that kind of was off-putting a little bit.
They are playing that up because they did say on here, they said heavily oaked, which usually gives us the idea that there's going to be a little bit more tanny, charredness going on in there. Honestly, I like this better than regular Natterjack.
Oh, that's interesting.
Now, I'd have to go back and see what we rated Natterjack.
I'm sure it was solid.
But I don't know if it was a 4 for me.
I don't think it was.
So you tell us, if you get a chance to go out to the liquor store or your local store and you find the mistake,
how much of it was it?
How much of a mistake was it for you? Or was it something you really liked? Do you feel like this is a gimmick? Do you feel like this is a gimmick thing? Or do you really feel like they really oopsed and screwed up? I think it's a gimmick.
I think that part of it's a gimmick. I don't think it's a screw up because I think it's really good.
I think it's like, how do we send stuff out to the market to be tested without, saying it's a test?
That part's the gimmick.
That's the gimmick.
Yeah. So
if you've tried it, let us know. Write down in our comments
below. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to
ding our dong, because that's how you know we have
more things for you. And don't forget, we have a vast library of information and the reviews of whiskeys that were tailored just for people like you.
So go down and check some of our other older episodes. There's tons of reviews, tons of cool whiskey pop stuff. But in the meantime, continue to be geeky, hang out with friends, drink some whiskey, and we'll see you next Friday for...
Oh, whiskey pop.
Cheers.
Cheers.